Welcome back to video 10. Hopefully your list went well, your bullet pointed list, and you got it somewhat how you'd like it to be on your final web page. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to align our text for our bullet pointed list to go next to our image. And we're going to do that with the float CSS tag. So what we did in a previous video was we added some extra classes. So we did that with the dot and then word of our choice. We said float left is what we're going to call a tag that floats an image to the left, and float right, our CSS will be class equals right, and it'll float it to the right. So let's go ahead and test that right now. On our geography, where we said class equals, and we could say something like center, put the image in the center, but it doesn't float any text next to it. What we want to do, I'll move it back to the right, save it, and refresh, is we're going to change this to now say float right. It'll access that class that we called float right and move it over to the side. There we go. Now that's pretty great, but the image is pretty big. So we can do a couple of different things here. We can float it, and we can have it access our class with the size that we said for float right. We could change it, but you'll notice it doesn't, oh, I'm on the wrong one here. It doesn't have on float right anything to do with size. So on our picture, on our geography, here we go, inside the class here, we're going to add a couple of things. I like to have class at the end or the very beginning if I can. But I'm going to say height equals, and we're going to choose a number like 200. Width equals, we'll say 200, making sure I have quotation marks around them, making sure everything's spelled and typed in correctly, and refresh. Now, that's really small. That's not big enough. Maybe the height needs to be 300, and maybe the width is 600. Save it and refresh. Still kind of blown out. It looks squished. It's not tall enough. So I could try 400. That's looking a little bit better. Okay. Now our image is a little bit more aligned with where we wanted it to be. Remember, if we center it on the page, it's going to push our line down. It's not floating in the center. And that's something we can look at later. But for now, we at least want to get our text moved up next to our informational text about that image. Okay, so here we go. Let's move on. This is just kind of a catch-up video to talk about a few things we've added so far, and I hope you're able to float your image. There's float right for our class, our height and width we've added in this video. Hopefully you've tried that out too. Pause it when you need, and make sure you had the float left and right as notated here. Okay, we're going to add some information to our page on the Tigris River and the Euphrates River. And what you can do is inside of the list, we can make a paragraph tag that says the Tigris River, blah, 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 whatever information you have. And then inside of our Euphrates River, we can have a paragraph tag that says the Euphrates River, dot, and we can refresh that. And we can put some information in there about that river, about that bullet point. So hopefully you can accomplish a little bit of your own list with some of your own information using this format. But additionally, we want to add some more information about ancient Mesopotamia. Not just the geography of these rivers, but maybe some more things that they did there. So we're going to come down, and I'm going to go to line, let's say 50, and I'm going to make an H2 tag. So I want a header tag that's of a decent size. It's not the biggest, it's not in the middle or the smallest. And what we're going to put here is farming in, I'll write ancient Mesopotamia. And I'm not sure if that's what I want to keep long term, but it's there. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Farming in ancient Mesopotamia. And underneath that, make a paragraph tag. Now, I don't have a great end in sight for what this will look like. I'm just taking it one line at a time as this video just continues to record. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Farming in ancient Mesopotamia. Well, I know that they grew a variety of crops. So maybe we could say the farmers grew a wide variety of delicious crops. Up here. Okay, save it. The farmers grew a wide variety of delicious crops. All right, maybe underneath that we could create a list of some of the things that they've done. So, unordered list. It's not a numbered list. We do that with an OL for order, but this is unordered. So, unordered list. And let's make a list item. And this bullet point will be, I did a little bit of research. Barley, wheat, beans. List tag beans. Maybe we could say peas and lentils, lentils. Okay. Beans and peas and lentils are all kind of similar. So I might actually, I'm not going to do peas. How about leeks? Garlic. There's tons of stuff we can add. But as I'm looking through these, I'm thinking, okay, well, some of these are vegetables. They also grew fruits also. So maybe this list right here with the unordered list, maybe we can write here something like vegetables. Okay, and let's close off this list. So we move up our unordered list tag, and we save it, refresh, and there we go. Now, vegetables, we could bold with our bold tag. You can also use the word strong and then /strong, but B is shorter. Vegetables, nice, that looks great. Okay, now under farming in ancient Mesopotamia, we could also have a section on fruit. So we're going to come down, we're going to make a new unordered list and move down the end of that tag. And let's bold here, and we'll say fruit. So the unordered list, on that same line, we'll say fruit in bold, and then we're going to start our first list item. And some of the other things that I read, they had fruit such as grapes. They had apples, melons, and figs. They also had things from animals too, domesticated animal products, but we'll get there. So close off the unordered list for fruit, save it, refresh. Now, farming in ancient Mesopotamia, the farmers grew a wide variety of delicious crops, vegetables. You should have your own vegetables and your own fruits. Okay, that's going to be it for this video on how to make lists on some of the farming used in your geography page. In the next video, we're going to come back and what are we going to do? I'm not sure yet. I'll have a title for the next video, but you might be getting excited, hopefully, about your list and wanting some pictures. You could experiment by adding an image with these list items. Maybe you have a tiny little image you've adjusted the height and width for, so you can put it on that line. Maybe in the next video I'll do that. Maybe we'll come in and we'll have a couple little pictures about them. Okay, good luck. I hope that you're having fun. Don't worry about errors and mistakes. Take it one line at a time. I realized right here I don't have a comment line. It would probably be pretty good to do that. Say lists of farm products. Maybe farming goods. List of farming goods. Okay, there we go. Looks great. I'm going to save it, get rid of this tag. All right, good luck out there. Have fun.